there, and thanks for joining me. I'm Jen, and today I'm going to show you how to make this beautiful holiday wreath with lights. The best part about this wreath is that I didn't use any hot glue, so no burns on my fingers today. The materials that you'll need for this project are an 18-inch wreath ring, artificial poinsettias, pipe cleaners, bells, and Christmas balls, which all came from the Dollar Tree, wire and ribbon that I bought at Michael's, and you'll also need scissors, wire cutters, and a ruler. This ribbon is really cute that I got at Michael's. Has a little red trucks on it. And this decorative mesh, which also came from Dollar Tree. You'll need 8 of these rolls of decorative mesh, 1 for each section of your wreath ring. Now to get started, you'll cut approximately 8-inch strips of the red mesh. I don't measure, I just eyeball it. I know some people do, but I find it works out just fine to not just to eyeball it. So what you're going to do is cut 3 strips of the mesh, 8-inch strips, and roll them up. And then you want to you don't want to roll them too tight, but also not too loose. So just sort of as I'm doing it here. And then what you're going to do is put the 3 together with the half cut pipe cleaner. And you want to tie it up really nice and snug, as tight as you can get it. And then to secure them to the wreath ring, I wrap the pipe cleaner around the inside bar of the ring and then around the middle bar, and then tie it nice and tight. And the next bundle of mesh that I make, I will alternate and put around the outside bar of the ring and then the middle bar. And when you get to the last bit of your roll of mesh, it'll sort of be going in a different directions. So I just sort of let it curl up, how it naturally is curling up. And that'll be your last roll to put into a bundle. And I find that each section of my ring will fit 7 bundles, alternating inside to outside. So here you can sort of see how I've alternated putting them around the outside bar to the middle bar and the middle bar to the inside bar. So once I have all of my mesh on my wreath ring, I'm going to start to work on my bow. So the first thing I do is leave just a little bit of ribbon at the end for the tail, the one tail. And then what I'm going to do is I want 3 loops on each side. So I'm going to go around 3 times, like 3 big loops. And then I want to leave a little tail at the other end as well. And then scrunch the middle and get it as tight as I possibly can, and then secure it with the pipe cleaner. And once I have the pipe cleaner on there nice and snug, then I'm going to make a knot to go over top of the pipe cleaner. So I'm just going to tie a piece of ribbon around, and then what I do is I just leave the tails on the end of that, sometimes I have 4 tails on my bows. So then I'm just going to sort of puff them up a little bit because they are wired ribbons, so we can adjust them. And you can just set your bow aside, and we're going to secure our Christmas balls. So I just use a piece of wire and just go through the little part where you hang the ball. I go through with the wire on each one, and then just tie them together with the ribbon and just secure it on. And then I'll do the same thing with these really pretty berries that I also got from the Dollar Tree. Forgot to show those in the beginning. So what I do is I wrap the wire around those as well. And just wrap the wire around the 3 bunches of berries, and then you can just set them aside. And then what I did is I attached my bow, but I decided that that one was just a little bit too small for this wreath. So what I ended up doing is just making a bigger bow that had 5 loops on each side, and then just attached it to the wreath ring. I tend to tie any of the added decorations onto the middle bar, and I just take my little piece of wire that I had attached to the ornaments, twist it around the bar, and then just tuck in the ends. I did the same thing with the bells. I tend to group my decorations in 3s or in odd numbers. Just twist the wire around, and then I've got 2 that I could twist together. For the berries, I just had the 1 wire, and it doesn't work as well. It works better if you have the 2 that you can twist on. The berries, I ended up just tying all 3 sets together and put them there. There's a little bit of a gap there, so I'm going to put the bells in there. So it's a good idea when you're putting on the decorations by the bow that you have extra wire so that you can loop it around to make a hanger. And because there's the ends of the wire here, I'm going to put a little piece of material around it, just to make it look a little nicer too. I had some extra ribbon left, so I cut 5 12-inch strips, and I'm just putting them on, just tying them onto the wreath ring, and then just push them through to the other side. And these ones are going to come out just beside the Christmas balls. And then I've got another one up here, and then I'll just put the other 3 on in random spots. I bought these silver poinsettias. Got these at the dollar store as well. Very pretty, sparkly. And I'm just going to attach them onto the bars with wire. So just like the other decorations, I'm just wrapping the wire around the stem of the flower, wrapping it around several times, and find where I want to put it on my wreath. I think I'll put one right about here, and I tend to go with odd numbers, so just like my bunches of 3 balls and 3 bells and 3 things of berries, I'm going to do 3 of the poinsettias. So just poke it through and then just wrap the wire around. And the last thing I like to do to some of my wreaths is put a little strand of little Christmas lights on. So here I've attached the whole battery pack with a wire, and then I've actually tucked it in so it won't fall. And then I'll just place my lights around the front of my wreath. So this strand of lights isn't very big, so I've just come in and tucked them sort of underneath the bow, and then I'm just going to randomly place them sort of just around the decorations on the wreath, and turn them on. And there you have it. There's a pretty Christmas wreath to hang on your door.